I'm very grateful for the opportunity, and I hope that as we go on with the program, we will see the impact that we will have on the children of our listening area, not only in Techiman, across, because Radio Link is listened across the country.
Yes.
And I hope that we can make impact.
Of course.
I do education.
Okay.
Education is not only about teaching and learning. It's about making a whole human being.
Okay.
Somebody may not go to classroom before, but the person will be well educated, because the person will listen and practice what he or she listens. The American and say, "Ngome sunya anasa adisua nti na me wo ho." Ohwe ma brabo nyina adisua na de a mani gye ho pa. Nti enkola ye me ne nkola ne mpanyimfo nyina timi emingal. Nti media so kan education dia na chese wakame. Na education no ngomasunya no enye character mu die no nko enye classroom nko. Ngomasunya ya abrabo. Nti nipa bi a usua bibi firi obi ho bia usua ngoma. Me bewura ha na ne first da mewura mo studio ha. Me wura ha no mesua bibi, because my co studios be free mesua bibi wa ha immediately. Nti say ye be kan nkoda bom na ya kire nkoda de omu nim ni de omu nim mpo na ya man nkola na ya akese no ma beboa ma o man no so ya akese de aye kese de ya na say eye baby amenama na mode mafa.
Okay.
And to talk about myself, I'm a Ghanaian, born for over 50 years ago to Mr. Late Openin Martin Twumasi. That's why you see Twumasi in my name.
Okay.
And my mother is also late Monica Jamfua from Ashanti. I'm married to Patricia Ewia, who is a native of Techiman. And that might be the reason why she brought me here.
Okay.
You know, marriage sends people across, and I've been here for the past 15 years.
Okay, that's
and
great.
We have children and all that. In fact, in Techiman, I've taught at Good Shepherd Educational Complex. I've also taught at the Precious Education at the Precious School. And I've also taught at Valley View University. Okay. And before then, I taught at Presbyterian Secondary School, Bechem. Okay. That's why I started teaching. And I also had a stint with Techimentia Preseco, Presby Secondary Commercial School at Techimentia. Okay. So over the past 30 years, I've been impacting on children and others. For now, I do my private tuition. Okay. In my home.
Is it like a school?
Yes, it's a school. We teach science. Okay. We call it Coordinate Science and Mathematics Clinic.
Coordinate Science and Mathematics Clinic.
There we do clinics for mathematicians and science students. Okay. I'm happy I see Madam here who has happened to be a product of my enclave. Okay. And I think God is helping us.
We thank God. So as time goes by, more introduction will be done, and I'm sure most of us know you, and those who don't, I'm sure as time goes by, have the opportunity to know a lot about you. So for now, like you told me, normally I don't really intervene because I know child experts, or the resource person for the child care segment really know what they're about. And whatever they say or whatever they are to give out, surely it's what will benefit children or parents. But this morning you called and said, "Oh, Nana, this what I had wanted. I had wanted to do. So I wanted to know if you're also with me and all that." Yes, and you said you're going to do like the general overview of what we'll be doing with the season 2 of Child Care segment. So, like you said to me on phone, you are not going to treat a topic particularly for today, but you'll be giving us overview of what season 2 of Child Care will be like. I would like to give the opportunity. Let us know, and I'm sure today, even though it's an overview, parents and kids are going to have their share from the Child Care segment.
Definitely. Thank you very much. In addition to what I've mentioned, I'm also a social mobilizer. I've been an assembly member for 4 years, and this assembly concept I know a lot about. I've also been counseling pupils, my students, and others about learning. So, and I'm also a child security analyst because I always.
What's that?
You know, the security of children. I don't want to go into details because we are going to take them one by one. The security of children, we just don't look at it. So I've started talking about it, educating parents and children about it. So we will take it as a segment. So today, the overview of all that we're going to do within the period as time goes on is: 1, children should be allowed to be expressive. What it means is that our culture frowns on children speaking their mind.
Yes.
And that is why when we grow up, we become, excuse me to use that word, cowards. So we want to bring the children of the next generation to be assertive and to be able to speak their minds. So that is one of the areas that we will talk about. Selecting relevant topics and dealing with them one after the other. We will also talk about, like I've said, the security of children. Talking about security of children to parents and to the children themselves. I read an article when the Chinese government decided deliberately to give the security of children into their hands by training them to take charge of their security. And as we take the topics one by one, I will take us through some of the things they did and what we can also do as parents and the country to help the children. We will also talk about, as we are talking about children, is the future. So we talk about the moral life and the social life. Sometimes we think the children are not social animals. Every human being is a social animal. We should allow them to have free movement and to play. Because when children are playing, they learn a lot. So we talk about the social and the moral lives of children.
So it's not all about learning in the classroom.
Not
Sometimes
always.
You allow them to play with the environment or around or in their environment, so that through that one too they will have some educative or some lessons from the environment, right?
Definitely. Because everything that we learn from, we have to get closer. So if you are always within your domain and you don't go out of your domain, you are not able to express yourself and portray yourself to the environment that you have. So we will also bring that to bear on the discussion, so that parents and all of us who are in charge of these children's future will allow them to do that. Then we talk about child's rights, as the children's right. We also have issues with that, and we talk about that. When we say, we always talk about the child being submissive and all that, they also have rights, and the rights must also go with responsibilities. So we also take all these and let the parents know.
As parents are providing,
yes,
you also have your responsibility, or you have a responsibility to render
definitely
a service to your parents.
To your parents.
Okay.
And not only to your parents, to the large extent the society.
Okay, to the
because
society.
the society must benefit from it. It's the society which is taking care of you. If we take our culture says that a child is a child for every person. During our old times, you see that every person is your father or your mother. So they can all correct you or reprimand you or do something. It's nowadays that those things are going. But I hope that we will try to shape that interest back. Because one person bringing up a person who could be one day a president, how can one person bring up a president? Because the character of a president should or minister or anybody who is a leader should encompass the whole aspirations of the people. So if many people come into helping to bring up a child, it helps the child to be a complete person. So we will also deal with that. Then we'll talk about the children's development. When we say development, it has various facets. So we will also tackle the facets of development that the children know between the ages of 6 to 10, the children's development agenda that we have to set between the adolescent age, the development agenda, and even when we start the adulthood. Some of them even still think they are children. We will have to drop their attention from
please,
18 to
this age. You are not a child, so
yes,
you must do
yes.
certain
So we
things.
should help them to wean off the childish aspect of their lives, so that we also get into the adulthood. Then the last thing that we will be talking as time goes on, and we get more of these areas that we have to talk about: the hygiene, the health, and then the happiness of children. If a child is not happy, they don't grow well. When we were children, we were happy to do a lot of things. Let me take, for instance, when there's mango season, you see children hunting for mangoes and all that. It was helping us to learn how to choose, how to select, how to look for something when nobody is supervising. It's not always that we should tell the children what to do. We should allow them to also do something, make mistakes, and correct them, then they become better. So these are the areas that we will talk about, and I hope that parents will support us to come into their homes with our message, and help us to also support us also with suggestions, so that we can make very good impact. They make Kenya no, them say said you see program ye kasa enso ka ho. Enkoda omu hia adesua. Enkoda hia say omu betimi edi nkita ho with omu nam for nom, omu nuanom ne environment empanyimfo mpo. Enkoda timi busa mpanyimfo questions. Enti wose e man kwala kwa na omu abrabo no omu timi express omu timi nya kwan edi nkita ho. E wose e man kwala kwa na omu abrabo no eye papa. Because adibako e high pass see pa ne moral decadence. In fact, that area there, I'm ready to.
Decadence.
Yes.
Bring it down first.
Moral decadence ni say yen abrabo pa no tia pansam. Abrabo nkoda abrabo pa wo so omobo no. Bibri tia pansam. Fi say Adjei ni awofo enchen. Enti say awofo tie programming na nkoda so tia. Ebi anka futu awofo de be ma won. Abra a wonni fie no ombetime tie wo ye programming so ebeboa. Na obi so a no obi kura nim, because nsem bi wo nipa nim se akoda no oye me bade ne nso wo se ma no kwan na wono nso so bibi wo ha wo ye akoda bi wo kura bibi wo ha wo ye a eya de bone, but ontimi ni parents ni nkomo nti ontimi nka nkyere no. Ana obi kura ye ne bone mpa ontimi nka nkyere ni parents, because ni parents ni nkomo eno ansa ade achi no wayi ska to ho na aka be fa no ko school opon bo be ba na ne papa ne maame ni fie. Papa ne maame ba be du fie no nwotwe no nkono wo mabre omura ha omuko chawa omakoda akwala no kombe ba no wada ade echi no pa sika da tables ye life no sa na ba sika ka school sa e wo se san de enkoda no ba fie na ye nso so ye se e beboa nya tete enkoda na ma awofo enti se de programming ye vision ni se bedroom ne bi nkra no ye beboa ne agada enkola ne akasa kire won ye be call round ne ne enkola tutu anamon counseling sessions e be call schools round ne ne enkoda say enye schools nko se do tembi na mbata chiman station ha me fa wa station na me hwe nkoda e wo ho a sometimes bi etimi bo anadwo 10 na ma hye da aba ho me bedru ha me hwe nkoda no mtina ho na metimi hwe omo sa am doing social studies around na hu se nkoda no mo ho no omo hia ya pay attention u friend nkoda no bi no omo din komo a de omo ka no ya na ade bia edin pa enti if we say sankoda ni nyina bedroom, maybe you reach out to them, and let them know that they are all for us, because at the end of the day nyina na be country no,
just like you said.
Yes, nyina nti ye jan koda ni bi no almost say omu de omu nko school ntira bi school for a e wo say your program bedroom ye de sankoda ni nyina fisu beba no almost abe kire wo na adwen.
Okay,
because
they don't want to go to school.
Yes, and the reason why they are not in school, and even if they are not in school, what they are also doing, it's important, because what they are doing,
it's not all about going to
it's
school.
Not about school. Yes. Obi ye when adwuma bia wo ye. Me ba hai me fa taxi ne ba hai. Taxi driver na say wonye teacher ni. Me nso me ye teacher ni. Obi so enu aduane. Me pensu anoma mama me nsu obi na ye ye. Nti adwuma bi obi ye bia hia. Nti nipa na omunyini ba no. E pese dachi ye man no etumpon pa dia wo say ye hwesa ne man nyina. Na ade ba ko a edama koma so ameka ho asem pa ye environment, because me science person. I'm particular about the environment. And the way I deteriorate the environment, the way we throw things around. No? I have a programmer. We are going to talk about it and let the people help us to implement. A bedroom rape, sir,
it starts from childhood.
Yes, and Kodane was here. Yes, because I traveled to a certain place. I'm telling you, I could be anywhere at the Kutan or the Betofo. Yachire woman, Akodano on fan to form Adikutana. It's not possible to be jadi atofo.
So he or she grows with it.
O grow a akaho. Your society will accept your song, Yentin Tesu form.
Yeah, that's Singapore.
Yes. I mean, Helsinki, in Finland.
Finland too, yeah.
We don't spit. Because why are you spitting? And so Ghana will be in a bosan so close to meeting you. Now be go be a pump. And Tisania marketing kitina and man
These are moral lessons
yes,
we don't know.
Yes, people don't know. Yeah, we don't teach them.
They are just growing, going to school, having exams, and that's it.
That's all.
The practical lessons we don't get from home.
And think what me chiro madiano. Edu tembi me design you way bana ya omo say we didn't know. Obi nim so gina brosan so ani so what we jade. Because ade no a we jemu no ehwe obi tirim atimi kuno. Enti niam nkitikiti bebre wo si esua because kanene ani abrosan ene wa abrosan bebre. Enti niam nkitikiti bebre wo si esua. And the kind of language we use, the way we, especially the English language, you use to know anyhow. Ama yensu diena ye language na nya media che na kasa ye use no yensu ye san adultery tin no ye san se no. Nti ama ye say ye kasa no. Obi wa kasa kra obi to kasa akola ye wonim kasa na nso na nye wono a. Ye ne yan kire no ho na kire akoda kasa.
Parent.
Good. Nti all these things will draw the attention of parents and then we will move ahead. The concluding part of my submission is that when we have children and we are training them, there is a key word we miss. We have to let children know that going to school or learning or servicing is sacrifice.
Of course. Very, very important.
And the parents must also know it is sacrifice. Sacrifice anything. What is the meaning of sacrifice?
Like
sacrifice is to do something which is difficult for you.
Yeah.
Something that you are doing, taking away your comfort.
Yeah.
What you want? Some fans say what you want to koda. Yes, sorry, question idea. Akoda is over television. Television is never had the program now when any day. Now so nya question idea. And what's so many tears see the entire what's the question.
So it means that means you should let the child know that nothing comes easily.
Yes.
In everything there is a cost.
Yes. And he said, one question dia we na unya. But television dia, usua dia we kura still unyini ko na television be wo. But this one dia time no so which will be easy we are watch we.
Okay, I like that point.
Yes.
Say woka say e was say Ankrah ne ho say bibia wo pese wunya wo wiase na wo say uye adwumade na
wo ho achi me ka twi ka say pa wo ho achi deny yourself the happiness or the comfort
of that thing that comes with that thing.
So learning and bringing up children should come with sacrifice from both ends, parents, teachers, the child himself must be explained to understand the word sacrifice. Sacrifice, some time ago, I'm in say, what is the meaning of sacrifice? I'm so getting something to sacrifice to God. And I'm saying, yes, that is true. So sacrificing something to God, you say, because God
doesn't take anything as a sacrifice.
And to the coach about for the sacrifice, one friend about for the. That's how they know it. But sacrifice is denying yourself something that makes you happy, make you comfortable, and using it to do something for the benefit of the society and even yourself. Until we will get there, we go into the key aspect of sacrifice and let the children know. Sacrifice, a mommy, a sacrifice. Yes, and you're not back at okay. Maybe what my pa. Hey, what so uncle Swede? Oh, how when me here? Maybe a teacher ni. Oh, how when each other me here? Obey Uncle Swede. Just so many tears. And he might try say first. Now the teachers approaching on a who and buys me who's a juma. Just say, may they sacrifice nibamti Me pay the solution to this problem. Let me go read the article about it. And who say we must let the child know that learning, getting knowledge is a sacrifice for you and for myself. Because if I have to buy a book for you, I buy exercise book for you as my child. And what are you going to use the book for? So if the whole term, nothing has been written in the book, what is the benefit of my sacrifice? So let the child know that if I buy the book for you, you also spend your time. You sacrifice your time and put something in it.
Because the parents have sacrificed his or her money
Yes,
to buy the book
to buy
for
the
you.
book. Yes. We shouldn't let the children know say papa to book
because there are some parents who
they will not buy. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't even take their children to
they
school.
They don't even know where you are. You are a classroom where they don't know. So when the child gets to know say my father should buy book for me, it's true, it's a fact. Yeah. But what Tomamia was sacrificing bibi ne dia 20 minutes me sacrificing me time e dia sua dia. Senkolani our 40s asem na sia. So
it's not. It doesn't only apply to learning in everything.
Every aspect of our lives. Yes, every aspect of. If you are human cry, you
yeah.
Then some yes. So these are the areas that we will hammer on, so that in future we will build a better children who will become a better leaders for us.
Course. Thank you very much. And so because of time. And then you do it because and then I told you before that today is the launch for season 2 of childcare segment, and of course that was Mr. Kwame Adjei Twumasi Ankrah, aka coordinate. Oka coordinate there painful Ankrah will be the fans. Yeah, coordinate. Or not yet say now. He's just giving us the overview of whatever we'll be doing during the season 2 of childcare segment. And I'm sure with this the sub explanation that he's giving to us, I'm sure you've taken something. The main baby where he said everything we are doing, we should let the child know that you have to make a sacrifice in order to get whatever you want. So it's not by, even though it's a responsibility of a parent to provide for you as a child going to school, but it's not every parent who are doing that. So for your parent to buy you a book, send you to school, pay your school fees, buy school uniforms, give you chop money and other particular things that you need, that you think so it means that your father or your parents, they are just making sacrifice in other in relation or responding to that sacrifice. You must also make a sacrifice, which is you should sacrifice your time to learn, so that also sacrifice now 4 years no. So ubenya ubetimia yebina wabenya benefita. Your parents will benefit, the society will benefit, then you yourself, you have your share. And so I'm sure you have also learned your own. And as time goes by on the season 2 of childcare segment, we are going to learn a lot. And so every Saturday I will play with you to make a date with us 12 noon to 2 p.m. for the parents, 12 noon to 12:30. That's for the child segment, and I'm sure you're going to learn a lot. Thank you very much, Mr. Twumasi, Mr. Kwame Adjei Twumasi Ankrah, aka coordinate, for making a time for us, and I'm sure you're going to make impact on the childcare segment. And so before we leave you, or before you go, because you have other segments to go through, your final words. If you have anything to say, this is just the beginning, but if you have anything to say, then you greet your loved ones, everything. Then don't forget to give your contact as well. People might want to call because or number or problems. You've done education for like over 40 years. You've been a teacher or that. They've lost contact with you and they might want to reach you out. So before you wrap up, you give us your final words, any advice, you greet your loved ones, then you add your contact so that people will matter your voice, and the parents and as our phobia, school phobia, you've taught them before, they've heard your voice, they want to get in touch, they can call, especially with parents who want to reach out for any discussion concerning their children.
Thank you very much. I don't have much to say because we'll be here every
Saturday.
I only advise parents to be very watchful with their children and understanding. We have to understand the children, and we watch over them, we correct them, and we do the sacrifice. For now, I will greet my wife and children, Nanama and my children.
Nanama.
Yes, then Nyako and Kuya and the rest of my children. And I greet all my students, those who have completed my course. I'm talking about Coordinate Science and Maths Clinic members who are around, and those who are in school, those who are in the university. I greet all of them. I encourage them to continue the deal.
Okay.
The deal is steady. That is our motto. Our motto is steady. So that's what I will say for now. And thank the Chiman listeners, for making the program as it is, and continue to support us.
Of course.
There are greater things to come.
Of course.
I know. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity.
Oh, we are also grateful for honoring our invitation. So your contact, then you leave.
My contact is 054 813 28 67.
Let's repeat.
054 813
28
67.
Thank you very much, Sir Coordinate, and I'm sure you also enjoyed the segment. We will let you go for now, because next week you are going to meet same time 12, and we'll have more on childcare segment. And this is probably sponsored by Safari Tissues, the Tissue Masters. And so Safari has a